Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show. If you like The Mike Wagner Show and you want to make your own podcast, well, let me tell you about Anchor. First of all, it's free. Secondly, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. You can also add any song from Spotify directly to your episodes. The possibilities are endless. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. You can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, many more. You can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and sponsored by international award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of Missing. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 40 podcast platforms, as well as HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We can be heard in over 100 countries, featuring over 1,000 well-known and amazing guests throughout the globe. And named one of the top 100 global podcasts in the New York Weekly Times, Hollywood Entertainment News, Los Angeles Weekly Times, Apple, and Chartable. So sit back and relax and enjoy another great episode of the award-winning Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosinzia has got great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, Apple Music. Also heard on HamiltonRadio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and a few networks coming soon. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. For great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, baseball gear. Makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia. Check it out today. I'll support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's an actor, producer, and casting director known for Armadillo Wrestling with the Mob, also Alien Zombie Cell, also the Magnificent Raiders, and more. He's from New Jersey, now living in Florida. He also won the Festive Prize in 2017 for Armadillo with the audience, and also was nominated as Best Actor for the same movie as well, too. And he's also been in quite a number of films, too. A very, very interesting career, and also been some others, too, like with Swamp Squatch and also Post Mortem, and also Lost, and we also had Manhunt, Bartender Song, and more. I mean, just a long list, but he's got some big projects coming up, and he loves to talk about it. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios, somewhere in the beautiful Sunshine State, the multi-talented actor, producer, and casting director, ladies and gentlemen, the multi-talented David Paul. David, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, Mike.
Well, it's great to have you on board, David. And you've got a lot of experience, and you're poised to have more as well, too, on the board. You're an actor, producer, also casting director, known for Amadella, also Wrestling with the Mob, Alien Zombie Cell, The Magnificent Raiders, and you also won the Festive Prize in 2017 for Amadella, which is the audience, and also nominated for Best Actor Horror in the same movie that same year, also same category. And you're from New Jersey, currently living in Florida, and a lot of your works are on streaming platforms as well. You also had The Unholy Disciple, The Woods, and also War as well too. And I mean, just a lot of films, and of course by accounts as well too, that you've got some major projects, and we love to hear more about those. But before we get into all that, David, tell us how you first got started.
All right. So I would say in New Jersey, I was living at my parents' house, and one of my friends at the time said, there's a movie going on down the block. So do you want to go? And I said, yeah, cool. But I was really hungry. So I wanted to stay back and eat something really quick. They said, oh, don't worry, because what we're going to do is we're going to be playing extras in this movie called The Homeboy. It's supposed to be a comedy with Downtown Julie Brown from MTV. She was the host.
I remember that. Yes. What a great person. Yeah. Yes.
So they said that they're only looking for extras, but the best part of it all is that my friend said we could eat everything we want at the Chinese buffet. That's where they're filming. So It's all you could eat. And I was starving at the time. I said, all right, let's go. So I told my parents that I'll be right back. Well, not right back, but a few hours later. And we're going down the block to go play extras in a movie. Don't worry about making food. There's all you could eat buffet at the Chinese restaurant. And I'll come back and I'll be okay. So my parents said, cool. I go down the block with my friend, and the producer said, all right, out of 500 extras, we're going to only call 2 people back to come back and do an extra scene. So one woman got called, then they called my name, which I was a little surprised about.
Wow.
I didn't know why at the time, but I guess they saw something that they wanted me to come back for. And then the 498 other people had to wait outside till we were done with the extra scene. And then when we were done with that, there was a casting director. That person gave me the card, who was casting director from The Homeboy.
Nice.
And said, I think that you have something. Maybe we'll give it a shot. Maybe you could call me when you're ready, and I'll see if I could get you in another movie and see what you could do. So I said, okay. So I grabbed the card, not thinking anything of it. A week later, I actually found the card, and I said, oh, it was the casting director. So let me give her a call and let me see what's going on with this. And I called her, and she said, thank you for calling me. I was worried. It was a week later. I didn't hear from you. I thought you just gave up. And I said, no, I just forgot. So I called her. She said, well, do you want to come into the city? And I have something for you. So I said, okay. So, my mom, she drove me because I was still underage at the time. And I went to the city, and one thing led to the next. I enjoyed what I was doing there, and I just wanted to give it a shot after that. And then I watched the Three Stooges right after that. And I wanted to be more of an actor because I loved what they were doing. I said, these guys are so fascinating. I want to know what it really feels like to try and be a real actor. So then instead of me going to acting school, I self-taught myself. So I went to all the movie sets I could find, and, just being an extra, background, feature, whatever you call it, I did it. And I was just learning. I was just learning on my own, seeing what everybody could do. And I said to myself, I think I could do that, or maybe I could do it even better than what they're doing if I had a little practice. So I just taught myself, and then soon enough, I got one speaking line, and then I felt good about it. Then I said to myself, I think I could do more than that. Then I trained myself again. And then sure enough, I went from being an extra to a feature extra. Then I went to one line, then to many lines, supporting actor, and then a lead actor. So now I'm just loving it. And now I have so much more confidence, and I have so much more experience that now I'm actually creating stories, and I'm helping my writers write the stories into movie scripts. And I'm lucky enough and fortunate enough to find really nice people to actually make these dreams a reality now. And now there's no limit. Now my team and I, we're actually going to start putting out a lot of features now. And yeah, we just want to work together as a great family and just all succeed at once, you know?
And it had to be the Chinese food that really got you going in your career. Had to be the Chinese food.
Yeah, I love Chinese food.
What's your favorite dish?
I have to say I love the spare ribs on the bone.
Ooh,
And
nice.
I like the pork fried rice. I love the egg rolls.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just I'm trying to change, but it just every time when the woman at the register says, "What else would you like?" I always think I'm going to order something else, and then I go right back last second. And I order the same exact meal every time.
She must have said, "You have good luck."
Yeah, well, sometimes not the great luck when I open up the fortune cookie. And one time it didn't tell me such good luck, but everything else, yeah, it was pretty good.
Do you really pay attention to those fortune cookies? Seriously?
Just for a couple seconds, and then I just forget all about it.
Yeah, sometimes it has a lottery numbers in it too, and I just say, okay, whatever. If somebody wins it off of those, I'll say somebody else deserved that fortune cookie. I mean, all you want to taste is a cookie. That's it. So
that's true. You just throw it out whatever it says. Yeah,
exactly. Too. And you talk about having your first speaking line. Do you remember what your first speaking line was, or what you said?
Actually, yes. Now I'm thinking about it. My very first line was, "No, I didn't do it," and that was it. So I had to be a little expressive on it, but I wasn't ready for it at the time. But I remember the line, and I just did it a couple times because they want you to not just do it one take. They want to do it multiple takes to see what the director really likes and how you sound. And yeah, that's all they want me to do. Just say, "No, don't do it."
No, I didn't do it. No, don't do it.
Yep.
Could you imagine saying something like that? No, I'm not going to say it, or just throw them for a loop and everything. And of course, you being from set to set and working way up and everything. And who are some of your favorite actors and directors and producers growing up?
You mean with me working with them on set, or just who I admired?
Just growing up. It's not working on set. We'll get to that later. But
Okay.
when you grew up, it's like you watch the Three Stooges. You watch whoever on TV at the movies and everything. It's like, who are some of your favorites growing up?
Well, I love Steven Spielberg. I like George Lucas. Those are my two favorites. James Dean. I loved watching him and everything he was doing. I mean, he didn't do a lot, obviously, because he died suddenly in the car crash. But what he did do, he was so cool, and he did it like there was effortless. Like he knew what he was going to do, and I definitely looked up to that guy. He was really cool. He did a great bunch of stuff in his little time. Elvis Presley is another one. I mean, his voice is unbelievable. And then the way that he actually just handled himself, he was really good at what he was doing. And Marilyn Monroe, those three, definitely three of the tops in my eyes. And from what they accomplished, also in little time as well, they were just unbelievable. They could have been so much bigger if they actually lived longer. I would have loved to see what they could have did. But just in that little time, it was just unbelievable. Like they really caught my attention really, really quickly.
And that's really funny too, that you're one of the first I've had on the show that, emphasizes Elvis Presley as an actor. Everybody associates him as a singer and a celebrity, but an actor, it's just like, he's been in Blue Hawaii, Viva Las Vegas, and all that. So it's like, I saw some of his movies. My wife saw some of his movies. And I mean, he is one heck of an actor. And you kind of think about it, is he better off as a singer, or could he have extended his career as an actor? I guess maybe you can answer that question better than most of us. Do you think Elvis Presley is still better off as a singer, or do you think he could have been better off as an actor?
Well, with the research that I found with him, he wanted to stop, or I wouldn't say stop, but slow down with the singing and actually go more into the acting. He started liking it a lot more. He was getting disappointed though, because the roles that he picked, he didn't really care for, but he wanted to act. So he wanted to show people he could act, not just sing. So he took the roles. Obviously, with Colonel Parker, he made him take the roles. He didn't want him to say, no, don't take it, because he wanted the world to see that he could actually be multitasked. So, and then he sung in those movies too. He sung the songs, and he actually put 2 and 2 together. So he was almost having his cake and eating it too. So he was actually loving it all, but he wanted to definitely slow down with the singing and go more of the acting. So he could have been something else with acting as well, but his singing was still unbelievable. Regardless, in his dying days, he still had that voice that was unbelievable.
And I still remember that too. And I still remember that live from Hawaii by satellite. That was like something that's never done before. And of course, everybody was nervous. Like, what if the satellite went out and everything? I mean, he took things to a whole new level. He was willing to do satellite. He was willing to do worldwide and big stages and everything. He was never afraid to try anything that was totally brand new, especially the whole satellite part. That was something.
Yep. And he never cared when he was on stage how he was getting threatened. He was going to get arrested just by the way he was shaking his body, his legs. The women were going crazy for him. The guys over there had no idea what the heck was going on with these women ever since he stepped on the stage. They thought that the women were going to faint just by seeing him shake his body, let alone singing. So he didn't care. He was definitely a rebel. He reminded me of James Dean, a lot like James Dean. They're both cool in their own time. And, the only difference is James Dean couldn't sing like him. But other than that, I think both of them had unbelievable talent. And I didn't think they realized what they had at the time. And then when they started really zoning in on what people were really thinking and saying about them, then they started believing a lot more. And that's when the whole thing just took off.
You also mentioned Marilyn Monroe among the three as well, with James Dean, Elvis Presley, and all that. Do you think Marilyn Monroe would be considered a rebel, just like James Dean and Elvis?
I don't think as much. I think with James Dean and Elvis, they were actually going at a whole new level. Marilyn Monroe, I mean, she knew a lot of stuff that was secretive, that she was about to go out and release things. So in a rebel way like that, yeah, she could have been at that kind of level once she let things out. But unfortunately, she passed away before that happened. But there was a lot of stuff going on, like with her dating all these big time people in her time, like with the Kennedy family, and with her being the blonde bombshell and doing everything that she was doing. She was the first to actually catapult everything in that kind of style, the way that she was actually acting, especially with the dress flying up.
That was iconic, definitely iconic.
Yeah, and she's the first and only that will ever happen. So she definitely made her name big time too in a lot of stuff in her own way also. Like I said, I don't think anyone is going to compare to those three ever, because they just had the it factor. So, and especially in those times, I don't think anybody, especially in this time, could copy that, emulate it. I know that the new Elvis movie, when it came out, I know that that guy tried to portray him as close as possible, but that there's no one even sounds or looks or compares to the real Elvis Presley. But I guess it was close enough. So I never saw the movie, so I want to see it. I just never had time. But I heard it was really good, and the Presleys, they said he did an unbelievable job. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, certainly as well too. If you can't go to the theaters, you can also stream as well too. And speaking of movies, you've got some in the works as well too. You got some on streaming as well too. We'll talk about those. But first, listen to the Mike Widener Show at the MikeWidenerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Widener Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Widener Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Dia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love will be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Dia has garnered great reviews and even 11 endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Molson-Dia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 40 podcast platforms, heard in over 100 countries. Also heard on hamiltonradio.net, Diamonds FM, Oldies Radio, and a few networks coming soon. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok today. For great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Dia for great books, merchandise, and more. I'll support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with actor, producer, casting director, the multi-talented David J. Paul here on The Mike Wagner Show, is known for Amadella, also Wrestling with the Mob, Alien Zombie Cell, The Magnificent Raiders, and more. And tell us about some of those films as well, too. Some are streaming as well, too. Also some previous works of coming up, like of Myth, Legend, and Bishop, and also Lost and New Jersey Street series and more. And maybe tell us about some of the films you've been in as well, and some of the ones that really stood out for you.
Sure. So the one that you were mentioning, it was called Anadelia. So,
Anadelia, okay.
Yeah. So with Anadelia, that's always going to be the best one to me, the most important one. The reason is because that was the very first story that ever popped in my head, and I wanted to make it into, a movie. So it was a short film, and I only casted 7 people in it, and there were 7 friends of mine, and I just wanted to have fun. I just had a great story, and I contacted one of the directors, and I also contacted one of the writers to write the script. And I said, hey, guys, I got something great here, and I want to make it into a short film. I just want to see how we feel about it. And if it does really well, we'll put it in film festivals. And then if the audience wants to see more, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can make a feature out of it. So everyone said, okay, I believe you. It sounds great. Let's do it. So we filmed it in a day and a half.
Wow.
And I had to convince the director. He never directed a horror film before. This is the very first time.
Oh my
gosh. I had to go to their house. They invited me for dinner, and they wanted to know why I should direct a horror movie since I never did it before. And I came over, we're eating dinner, and just point blank, I said, listen, I just have a gut feeling. I'm going with my gut feeling on this. I have a feeling you're going to be a great director. You're the one that I want. I need you and want you to actually believe me and come on and direct it. And I promise you it will be good. And he believed me, he trusted me, and we did it. So he found a nice location, and I found a nice location to film this movie in. And we all loved it. We all blended really nicely together. We didn't feel any stress. We were just having fun. And next thing I know, the director says to me, hey, guess what? I submitted this into the Horror Film Festival in the New Jersey Movie Festival. And it's called the New Jersey Brightside Tavern Festival. Mm-hmm. It was a long time ago, so I hope I said it right. But so we sent it in there, and I was like, okay, well, I guess you really see something really big that we could win. So let's keep our fingers crossed that the audience takes a knowledge. And next thing I know, there's 5 horror categories in the short film, and we got nominated for 4 out of the 5. So it's almost a clean, slate all across the board for the very first film that I ever created.
Wow, that was something.
Yeah. And then even make matters even better is that I was surprised that I got nominated for Best Actor. I had this other woman called Megan Bloom Fluitt. She got cast for Best Actress. And our director, got nominated for Best Director, and we also got nominated for the Best Fan Support of the film. So
I like
all
that.
four of those, yes, all four of those was awesome. And then I was just hoping we would win some. So I just got beat out by 3 votes for Best Actor, unfortunately. But I was nominated, so that's all that matters to me. And then we won for the Best Fan Support of the film. And my director won for Best Director, and he didn't want to do it in the beginning. I had to convince him to do it. And he won Best Director, so go figure.
How do you like that? And when you wrote Amadale as well, too, what was that one moment that simply inspired you to write it? Or what was that one moment that simply said to you, go ahead and start writing it? What was that moment, and what were you doing at the time? And all of a sudden that thought just clicked into your head about Amadelia.
I was watching actually a horror film, believe it or not, one night. And I was eating pizza, and something was just telling me, there's this cool idea that I have to do. Like it was just, some of these things just pop in my head when I least expect it. And when it happens, I don't know what it is until I really think about it. And then I write it down on paper. And then when I write on paper, I see what I'm actually writing, and it makes sense. And I know that some of these things aren't out there that in the movies. So that's when I put 2 and 2 together. I go with my gut feelings, and it feels right. When it feels right, I start writing. And then that's when I actually think about, who do I want to play these roles? Who will look the part? And what director am I going to get to make it happen? And I just reach out to people, and I say, you look perfect for this role. Would you mind playing this role with me? And then they said, absolutely. I send the scripts, they read it, they love it. They could put themselves in that position, and they could see it. And I'm just always honest. I'm always upfront with people when it comes to being in a movie, or I see you in this character, or, I would be honored if you could come onto this film, because I have those gut feelings. When I have those gut feelings, I always approach those certain people. And it usually 9 out of 10 times, it usually works. So I'm just writing it now and see where it takes me.
That's really interesting. I think that had to do with the pizza. I got to say that. Maybe think about it.
Yeah, the mushroom pizza, actually.
Oh, is it the magic mushrooms?
Yeah. Well, I love mushroom pizzas. It's my all-time favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think there's all kinds of mushrooms out there. I was talking to somebody about magic mushrooms. There's something in the mushrooms that just makes it happen. So I think that's probably your case too. So, going from Amadelia, also wrestling with the mob as well too. And tell us more about that one.
It just all comes in like my ideas. I'm a big wrestling fan. I love WWE. I still do, believe it or not. And I don't think there's any age that you don't have to stop liking wrestling. Even though a lot of people might say it's fake or it's not real, whatever. I don't care, because to me, it's a great show. I loved it as a kid. I still love it now. So I'm not going to stop regardless. So it doesn't even matter to me. So when I'm watching wrestling, I had another story, and I was interested in, the mob, the mafia stories. So I decided, let me put 2 and 2 together, and let me do wrestling with the mob. And it's a pretty cool styles, story. And I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but I just wanted to put 2 and 2 together because I know that hasn't been done either. I like to put things together that hasn't been done. I like to be original. I like to draw interest, and I want the stories to make sense. And when you cast, you got to be really careful who you cast, because if they can't act in front of the lens, it's not going to be believable, regardless of how good the story is. So a lot of this stuff that I do, I always take things in serious consideration, because at the end of the day, I want to create it, but then if it fails, it lays on me too. So a lot of stuff is all creativity with me. And a lot of the movies that I do or make, I always leave, well, not always, but I usually leave some of the movies that I see that could go farther than just the original into a sequel. I always leave endings open so we could come back to it if the fans like it. If they don't like it, then it just stays the way it is. So I always like to give those kind of stories time to breathe and hopefully come back to it and it makes sense.
It seems you have a really unique formula of putting 2 and 2 together, which I think is just really amazing too. And it sounds like that you're putting 2 and 2 together. It just sounds like, just an original combinations. Like you never think about, wrestling being associated with the mob. You always think of like, boxing, sports, or even like say with basketball or anything like that. And, also have like say with I'm just trying to think, pizza and everything else. So that seems to be a style that you seem to really enjoy having.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple big things that are going to be coming soon. These are the ones that I take pride and passion in everything I do. But with these couple films that are recently brought, out is very important to me because I have really close friends that are helping me make this movie called Sunset Showdown. This movie is a sci-fi Western movie.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I love Westerns and love sci-fi. And like you said, I like putting 2 and 2 together. So what we're doing, we're putting a story together that is similar to Aliens vs. Cowboys with Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig.
Okay.
But it's not like flying aliens or anything. It's more of reptilian creatures that are actually invading this small town and trying to take over it while there's brothers that are coming in as outlaws and just coming to a regular weird town and have no idea that these actual people are really being invaded in their bodies as hosts from reptilian monsters. So I like the style, and I have a great special effects artist. Her name is Sala Tepes, who is creating unbelievable reptilian creatures that no one's ever seen before. And she's doing it from hand scratched, by molding, just by doing everything on her own. I'm actually going to be in the movie getting this prepared with my close friends, Matt Vasquez. He's a really, really close friend of mine. And he's also one of the investors in the movie. He's also going to be one of the actors, close friend of mine. There's another guy called Jose Masonette. He's also a rising actor, close friend of mine also. He helped me, do this synopsis of the film. He actually helped me create some of the movie story itself along with me. And another good friend is Cameron Ring. And he's another passionate guy that, he loves horses. He loves a lot of stuff that is real life situation problems in the world today. But he also is really passionate in a lot of movies that he sees that could be successful. And he's on the project as well, playing also a character and also helping us as well behind the scenes to make this successful. So we're really excited about this movie. We're going to try and make 13 films from us four. And this is going to be the first one of 13.
Oh, wow. Okay. So is this going to be like a series or something, or is it just like 13 separate films?
13 separate films. I like to try and make at least one different genre, as many as we can, up to 13. And then the 13th and final film, I want it to be like a Friday the 13th slasher movie.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm taking notes already. And before we talk about just a few more things, what to expect, you also have Alien Zombie Cell and also the Magnificent Raiders. And tell us quickly about those two.
Magnificent Raiders of World War I is an animation feature film. And it's also tied into a video game in hopefully progressing really well with that. You have a lot of nice recognizable names in there as well. And that should be really, really good. I love animation films. I love voiceover work. So that should be really, really good. There's a pirate movie that just came up that we're actually going to be doing too. I love pirates. And exactly. And it just came up just like almost 2 days ago. And we made a post already on Facebook. A lot of people love it. And I'm already in talks with the director, with also my same guys that I just mentioned. We're going to make a pirate movie after the Western movie. I love history. I love bringing the old school back, but making it a lot better, like almost like the present day stuff. So a lot of people can understand it a little bit more. So we're putting a twist from old age to modern, and to present. So I like to combine a whole bunch of stuff in every single kind of film that we do. So it should be good.
That's really interesting as well, too. And what else can we expect from David Paul? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with actor, producer, and casting director David Paul after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to The Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with actor, producer, casting director David J. Paul here on The Mike Wagner Show. We talked about his experience with Amadillo, also wrestling with the mob, and upcoming movie, Sunset Showdown. And of course, one of the movies is going to be a Spectacular 13th. And of course, you know, we've been talking about what to expect as well, too. You're going to do like 13 films in a certain stretch, and maybe just a couple more that are very briefly in the works and genres and everything else.
Yeah. I love scary movies. I just finished this movie called Bloody Nun. It was directed by Will Colazzo Jr. And that was a fun movie to make. And that's in post-production. That should be coming out this Halloween. There's another movie that I play a private investigator called Amityville Thanksgiving. That should be coming out soon as well. And one of the biggest movies to date that I just finished was called Devil's Night. Devil's Night is a very, very exciting movie. I had a blast playing there. The role that I played, his name was Ianto. It was supposed to be called Monla at first, and then they changed it to Ianto. So I played Ianto. That movie is starring Kevin Sorbo from Hercules TV show. That's starring Eric Roberts, Daniel Baldwin, Angie Everhart, and many, many more talented actors. And I just had a blast. That's a horror, fantasy, medieval times film. So that should be coming out hopefully by the end of this year. But that's something you guys definitely have to pay attention to, because it was directed by Adam Worth, and it was by producers Michael and Sonny Mahal. And they just did a phenomenal job. I mean, I can't even explain out of all my years of acting. To me, I think that was the best and most fun I've ever had acting in a long time. And that just bolstered up my, instincts of trying to do that level and better, because that's a great, great stepping stone to really start creative thinking about having another big blockbuster hit. And those guys did a fantastic job. I can't even say enough about them.
It sounds like you have a lot of fun with acting as well too. You also worked with some great actors as well too, and actresses. And who are some of your favorites you enjoyed working with?
Well, definitely Kevin Sorbo, Eric Roberts. I wasn't on set with Daniel Baldwin, but I saw what he did. He's a phenomenal actor. Angie Everhart was in a scene that she did really well. Bishop Stevens, he was great at playing his role. There's just so many actors and actresses like John Wells, Robert Stanley. I could just go on the list on and on and on, and everyone's just so talented. And I'm blessed and I'm honored to be in presence with all these people, because just by acting with these people and many, many more in all the other films that I've been in and also coming up, it challenges me. It makes me want to be a better person and as an actor, because what I see they're giving to their performances, that just wants me to just do even another level higher than what I'm not ready to do. But I love challenging myself. I love the challenges. And to me, I'm very competitive. Competitive, I think, is a good way, because if you're competitive, you always want to be the best. And with these kind of talented people around you, that what brings out the best in me. And that's why I love acting, and I love being challenged by so many great actors and actresses, because it's making me enjoy it more, and it's making me enjoy it even more than that with working with the directors and the producers behind the scenes and seeing all their expressions on their faces with big smiles and, big, like, yes, like you nailed it. and there's not a better feeling than that, because they're seeing what we're not seeing. They're seeing what is behind the camera. We're in front of the camera. We're just doing what they're telling us to do and memorizing our lines best we can. But we want to make it believable for you guys. So when you watch it, you enjoy it. We don't want you going back saying, they did okay. I might watch it, but I'm not really too thrilled about it. Nah, we don't want that. So when you work around the best people and they bring the best out of you, that film's going to be even better than what you expected. So that's what I'm enjoying the most right now.
And what would you say your most challenging role has been, and how'd you respond?
So I'm sort of like Tom Cruise, how Tom Cruise likes to do his own stunts. I like to do my own stunts, but those are the most challenging more than anything in front of the camera, because, for instance, there's a couple movies that I had to learn martial arts.
Oh, wow.
I don't know martial arts up until when I was on film sets. And then they taught me what to do. They show me step by step. Sometimes weapons in my hands, sometimes it's not. But they showed it to me 30 minutes to an hour before they film. Huh. So those are the grueling times, because I know not only I have to learn and pick it up really fast, but I know I'm going to get hit in the process, because I don't want it to almost look like I'm getting hit. I want to get hit, because I want it to be authentic. I want it to be real. And those are the most challenging for me. But I do enjoy it. And I'm looking to get challenged a lot more in more movies to come. I know that there's other movies like the Pirates movie that we're going to be filming. I know I'm going to be fighting in water. I know I'm going to be fighting underwater. Those are going to be exciting for me. I know that I'm going to be riding on horseback. I know I'm going to be shooting guns. I know I'm going to be doing stuff like that in Sunset Showdown. So a lot of these things coming up soon, they're going to test my limits even more. And I'm really, really looking forward to that, because to me, I don't want to say no to anything. I want to challenge myself in any area I have to be. And I'm really looking forward to it.
And certainly looking forward to as well, too. We're with David J. Paul, actor, producer, and casting director here on the Mike Wagner Show. And what else can you expect from me in 2022 and beyond besides the 13 films?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of other movies that are in the works. I already signed a lot of NDA contracts. I know that there's going to be a Barbarian movie like Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger. This one's called Zorg the Barbarian. This one is similar to Devil's Night. The only difference is this is in the barbarian age, and I'm actually becoming a warrior again, and I'm playing the lead evil knight, which in the beginning of the movie, my army is getting decimated and we're losing, and I'm seeing all my warriors dying in front of me. And as the commander, as the leader, I want to stay back and I want to fight to the death. I want to have the honor of dying with my fellow men. And there's this evil sorceress that takes me and actually kidnaps me before I actually die in battle. And she puts a medallion around my neck. And when that happens, I'm under her spell, her trance. So my role now is I have to stay and protect the evil sorceress with my other men that she actually has with me. And I have to face Zorg the Barbarian and his friends before they take the evil sorceress. Sorry. So that's part one. That's going to be an exciting movie. And then in the middle of that, we do the Pirates movie. And then we come back to part two from Zorg the Barbarian. Zorg the Barbarian is going to be a trilogy. So we have a lot of war movies that are going to be coming up in the near future. We have Pirates movies. We have a home invasion movie thriller. We have some drama movies that are going to be coming, some romance movies, some action, some thriller, you name it, we're going to do it. I want to try and get to as many genres as we can. And then, we'll see. We'll see what happens after that. I mean, eventually, with enough movies under my belt, a lot more experience, I might one day want to go into directing.
I think that'd be really good for you as well, too. We'd love to have you back. Once you get into directing, we'll talk about that, what it's like. We're here with actor, producer, and casting director David J. Paul here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a couple more things. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
My biggest influence in my career? It's a good question. I might have to say my friends who I'm working with on my films. You could tell in the industry of who wants to work with you and genuinely wants to work with you and want to succeed and rise up with you. There's others that just like to talk and say, I want to do this, this, and that, but then they don't follow through. With those people, it's really hard to figure out who they are in the industry. So what you have to do is, like the friends that I have now, you could tell that they're hungry. And when they're hungry, when just by talking to them, just by them hearing me of what I'm saying, you could just sense they have the urgency and the desire to move forward in this industry and be very successful. Those are the people that influence me to become a better person, especially in the industry, and also carries me out into real life. And those are the people that are, kind of like the big influencers that I would say.
That is very interesting. I like that. And of course, you can also thank Chinese food back in the day too. So
yeah, that helps also.
I'm ready for some after this. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Oh, best advice. It's simple. If you have a dream, any kind of dream, no matter how many times people shoot you down and say it's not possible or don't waste your time, just get a regular 9-to-5 job. It's almost impossible to get this role that you want, or it's impossible to reach up to the stars or limit. Don't listen to them. You're your own person. If you have dreams, you have goals, there's nobody in the right mind to tell you you can't do that. Not because they're not doing it. They don't want to see you do it, because if they see you being successful and they can't get there, they just want to shoot you down so you don't do it either. So the best advice is to not listen to anybody. Do what you want to do. If you're as determined as you think you are, then you go ahead. that's the best advice that I have.
And certainly great advice as well, too, David. Once again, with David J. Paul, actor, casting producer, and casting director and producer here on the Mike Wagner Show with upcoming Sunset Showdown and more. David, everybody, thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot from you. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back, especially when you're about to direct your first film. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact? Where can people purchase or check out your films?
Well, we're going to have a website coming up soon. Our production company is called the number 2 Brothers Productions. So that's going to be coming up soon. So be on the lookout for that. Also, you could contact me if you want to work with me in any kind of films or want me to help you with anything on your films. You can go to my email, go to dpaulRence45@gmail.com. So that's dpaulLawrence45@gmail.com. And I always look at my emails all the time, every day. So so those are the best ways to get a hold of me. And also on Facebook, just go to David, the letter J, space Paul, Paul, and you'll see me on Facebook. It'll say actor, producer, casting director. And I'm definitely going to be excited to hear from everybody if they want to work with me. And I'm ready. So let's go.
Sounds good. We're looking to do so. Once again, David, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. We wish you all best. And David, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks for having me.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionsea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show. Brought to you by international award-winning author Mia Mohsen Zia of Missing. And powered by Sonic Web Studios. Be sure to join us again on over 40 podcast platforms. And of course on the MikeWagnerShow.com, HamiltonRadio.net, and Diamonds FM. Don't forget to support our program with a generous donation at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Thanks for listening.